This is Dave, and today's big hairy idea is to learn, grow, teach. Now, I've spoken several times about this course that Hannah and I did a couple months ago called the One Funnel Away Challenge. In fact, this very video series is an outgrowth of that challenge that we did, because they told us that if we recorded every day for a year, it would change our lives. And so far, it's true. I'm so much more comfortable in front of the camera. Hannah's coaching practice has been going nuts since she started doing these videos. So it's really had a huge impact on our lives, just like as it's promised. But that really wasn't what the course was all about. The course was really about building funnels, which is a funnel, just so you know, is this idea that, say, like a whole bunch of people come into your website, and then a certain percent go on to the next stage, a certain percent go on to the next stage. How do you move them from step 1, step 2 to step 3? And one of the problems that a lot of us make is we make our sites too confusing. We bring them to a website where there's a million things to click on, you don't know what to do next. And as they say, the confused mind always says no. So make it very clear how to go from A to B to C, or 1 to 2 to 3, as we said before. That's the concept of a funnel. Now, I got really excited about this idea of funnels, so much so that I didn't just start making these videos, but I started looking at how I can use them throughout my business. And I even got to the point where saying, you know what, funnels are such a big component, they're such an important concept that I want to be understanding and teaching, that I should make that a book. I should make a book about creating funnels, just like I've created The Size of Your Dream, teaching a lot of tools about how to create things in your life, how to set goals and to make them happen. And Hannah and I are working on another book now about financial independence and financial literacy. And this was going to be the third book in the series, a book on funnels. And I started this book, and I just kept hitting walls. Like, I'd start, wouldn't go anywhere. I love the name, good with the characters, good with the concepts. I had it laid out, and it wouldn't come. And it hit me this morning why that book just won't come. And it's very simple. I have written on my wall 3 words in my office: learn, grow, teach. This is what I call like my personal mission statement. I always try to remember that okay, I love learning new things, growing and assimilating them into myself, and then going on and teaching them. With funnels, I really tried to jump from learn to teach. That really, if I look at myself with funnels, I've been blown away by the concepts. When I was learning it, I was like, all the time. I was like mind blown constantly. And I wanted to put out this book. And immediately to understand it even better, I decided, you know what, I would actually mentor a group of people who went through the funnel, went through the course after I did. So back in the March group, we mentored, I think, 15 people through this course. The course is starting again, by the way, on Monday for anyone who's interested in it. PM me and I'll send you a link for it. But I was so excited. I'm like, okay, the learning's been amazing. And if I start teaching it, I bet I can learn even more. So mentoring people was a real way for me to get it into my head much better. But really, I didn't get to the point where I integrated everything I learned. I didn't take all that learning and make it go through my website, go through all of our books. In fact, I've kind of come up with concepts. I thought about, for this book over here, I can do a funnel that'll go like this. And for this book over here, I can do a funnel that'll go like this. And for my website, I can do this. But launching them, I've launched only a small percentage of the things that I've envisioned. And I feel myself like intimidated. I feel like, okay, there's too many things I don't know. Should I do the funnel this way or should I do it that way? And there's ways of doing it both ways and seeing what works out best. But I haven't really thrown myself in. I found myself kind of hitting a wall of intimidation and not going beyond that. And it occurred to me today, okay, that's why I can't be writing the book on it. I thought writing the book on it would be a way to kind of ingrain it even more, just like mentoring that group of people was a way of ingraining it even more. But I was really jumping from learn to teach. And it's hard to teach something you really don't own. You really don't have total ownership over, total control over, something you don't really feel in your body, not just know in your head. So I realized today, okay, that's why this book isn't working. I need to really go back. I need to drill down on this. How can I really go from the learning component and really grow from it? And I'll know that I've grown from it when I've started building so many of these funnels, from the idea of creating a book and not creating a funnel for it, or being intimidated and wanting to just sign with somebody else to hire somebody to build funnels for me, where it's just no longer going to work. In fact, I tried that. That's one of the walls that I hit today that really showed me that I was not thinking right, is I hired someone to build funnels. And I saw what he did, and I wasn't excited. And I said, well, you know what, you shouldn't do that. You should do this, 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 and this, and this. And I actually saw that I was my conception of it, even though he's done so many more funnels than I have, I think my concepts were stronger than his. At least for my projects, I wanted my concepts to be the way I saw them rather than the way he saw them. He might think that his concepts were stronger. I don't know. But I really thought that mine were, I actually had a better grasp of them. So I learned it. I did. I really did understand the concepts. And I could kind of theoretically teach it. I could force myself to do it. But until I grow from it, forcing myself to teach the concepts until I really own them, it just doesn't feel integral to who I am and to what I want to do. And I think that's why I couldn't bring myself to do the writing that I needed to do, where I kept working on other projects and not work on this project, even though I think so many people could benefit from the teaching, from the writing that I want to do on this subject. But for me to teach something when I don't feel I really took ownership of it, just didn't feel right to me at all. So I want to put that question out to you. Is there an area where that you've really learned it, you feel like you really understand this, and you want to go and teach people, but it doesn't quite feel like it's right for you? Could it be that you haven't fully integrated everything that you've learned into yourself? That you know all that knowledge in your head, but not really in your heart? If so, before you try to teach this to somebody else, take steps to make sure you really grow from it yourself.